Hello and welcome to another edition of Ellipsis Live Games. That's right, this video series is back because, I don't know, the game got interesting again. So, on the left we have Brad Denzi, member of Ellipsis, playing green Ginyu Aggro, and on the right we have Derek McDill playing black-red Goku. Both of these are really cool decks. One of which is a deck that's probably one of my favorites in the format, and the other one is probably the most interesting deck in the format to me because I don't know. Every time I play it, it seems to hate me, but I've seen two of my teammates do exceptional work when playing it. So we have a pretty standard turn one for the Kid Q deck on the right-hand side. Just tap, charging that red energy and playing that Bonds of Friendship Android 8, aka Aider. If you don't know what he does, if you miss set 6 format, when played, he looks at the top 7 cards of the deck and you get to add one skillless/vanilla card to your hand. It does have another auto, which is probably the best part about the card. When a Son Goku childhood leaves your battle area, you're able to destroy one creature on your opponent's side of the field, not ignoring barrier. And that's pretty strong because there's actually a really cool combo with this deck in particular that he's able to do. On the left side, we have the charge from that hand motion. We have the charge, which looks like a charismatic villain Frieza. Leader's going to swing in, reveal the top card of the deck. If the top card of the deck is a Ginyu Force, that is I think it's specifically a green Ginyu Force 2-drop, he's able to summon it for free, and then draw a card. And then that Ginyu Force that he summoned is Raccoon, who when played allows him to play another card from the hand. That one is Birder. Birder's a blocker who restands himself at the end of the turn, and you get to look at the top, I think, 5 cards of the deck and rearrange them top or bottom in any order that you choose. One of the reasons that I like this Ginyu deck a lot is you get a lot of manipulation. Ooh, you see 2 cards getting comboed. You see cards getting moved out of the way from Derek's drop area because I'm next to him being stupid, going through a binder and rearranging cards, and I just put stuff on the mat. Cool. Here comes to 1-drop Demigra Unison. This card is my favorite Unison in the game because it just puts in a lot of work every time I play it. I play a lot of green. If you don't know what it does, it is a 1 specified cost Unison, meaning it does come out turn 1. Its uptick is against 10k, so it's a 15k attacker. Its -3 says you can kill anything, not ignoring barrier, but not restricted to cost, and then you get to blow up anything 3 or less, ignoring barrier. So it's a pretty good removal spell as well. And then it has a really strong permanent on it. The permanent says that if it were to lose a marker, you can choose to take the life instead, meaning the Unison is going to get to 3, and it's usually going to get to 3. Some decks are able to aggro you down to the point where it does die. Alright, here we go. Kid Q turn 2 is playing the new Unison from the Anniversary box. This card is super sweet. It has 3 different effects on it, one of which is a uptick, which increases his power and every skillless battle card on your field by 5k. A downtick that plays 2 10k vanillas from the deck. And then a separate downtick, which is a -2. You shuffle back 2 vanillas from your drop area, draw 2 cards. So, against hand control, it can be a pretty nice recursion tool if it's on the board still, and you're able to draw some cards off of it. Really cool Unison. If you don't have foil copies of the card, definitely go pick it up, because let me tell you, my teammate Jason Capolo played this deck at the it was a 1K in New Jersey, and I know he got top 4 with it, and he was creaming people all day. I mean, that kid is the best Kid Q player. Don't quote me. Actually, no, F it, quote me on that. Here comes the Minus Effect from the Kid Q. Not Kid Q, the Goku Jr., Vegeta Jr. Unison. He's going to play 1 red drop and 2 red drop. 2 1-drop red Gokus. Now, when they get comboed, they will trigger the Aider effect, or if Brad blows them up. Now, you might be confused as to why this is like a 1-drop 10k aggro deck. I've talked to both Derek and Jason. Derek tells me that it's more mid-range, which I think is the coolest part about the deck, is that you aggro them to 4, And because you're Kid Q, you draw a bunch of cards and you're able to self-sustain and just eventually whittle them down. So here comes the Son Goku, the adventure begins? The adventure begins. The one drop from set 6, that fancy looking SPR version, who has 2 activate mains. You can, once per turn, go through your drop area or deck and add a 4-star ball to your hand, and then you can other activate main, tap 2, summon a 20k or a 30k vanilla from the deck. It might actually just be 30k or less, but I don't think you're ever going to summon a 10k from it. What you can do is summon those cards like Ox King that you see in the energy there, and you just have a big beefy boy who can hit people. One of the other applications for the card is you grab your 30k vanilla, and if you are playing Heartfelt Plea in the deck on your Awaken turn, you can swing that 30k and then Awaken and then Heartfelt it. Alright, so we're seeing Brad just snap go to 4 after the 3 attacks. Whew. I don't know why, but it looks like Brad's Unison's at 1 marker instead of 2. Did he not uptick last turn? Maybe he just didn't update the die. I don't know. I tell you what, though, I think I see 3 Jace in Brad's hand, which means that area was Paragus. It could be Paragus. The foil Paragus and foil Jace at this angle have like a similar art splash on the background. So, you never know. Ginyu's a really cool deck. Oh, Saiyan Kaba. Looks like Derek is going to go to 4 here. Swing it in. The question is he punching the Unison, or is he going to punch Ginyu himself? I think the smart call would be to punch the Unison, because you either get the value of killing the Unison or making Brad take 2 damage, in which he can't combo. So, going to 25k, getting that 5k boost from the leader effect. If you don't know what the leader does, again, bless your heart for missing set 6 format. The Unison did die there. So on the front side, you could reveal a 4-star ball, draw a card, and then Awaken. You can either Awaken at 4 or less, or 6 or less if you have a vanilla in the drop, untap 1, draw 1. And on the Awaken side, you can activate main, reveal a 4-star ball, draw 2, discard 1, which is really strong when you have the Kid Q, the 1-drop Kid Q from set 6 on the board. Oh god, sorry. Early morning recordings. It's really strong when you have the Adventure Begins Goku on the board, because you can ditch the 4-star ball and add it back. So you just essentially get to draw 2 cards for free. And then it has a auto that when you combo with a skillless battle card during either player's turn once per turn, you add 5k to that combo. So he's able to just make a skillless a 10k combo, which is really strong, especially when going for game, which Kid Q's always been one of those decks that I say can kill you out of nowhere, and that's what I appreciate with decks like this. Ginyu also has a similar kill you out of nowhere aspect to it, which is kind of cool. Ginyu leader on the Awaken side, for those who don't know, does the same thing on the front side. You look at the top card of the deck. If it's a Ginyu Force that you don't have on board, that is a green 2-drop, you can play it, draw a card. And then the Awaken side has a tap ability. Once per turn, activate battle, tap a green, and then you can tap a green, give you a Ginyu Force in your battle area 10k, which is really strong when you get the full chain out on the board. We're going to probably see the Adventure Begins get comboed off here and pop one of the Ginyu Force cards, probably the Goldo, because you could see that there's 1 on the board and 2 in the grave area, which I think is what that finger wag meant. Oh, lots of decisions to make. Birder's an option too. Birder's a blocker. Birder is my favorite of the Ginyu Force cards because he's the safest one to attack people with. You don't really punch with Goldo until you're trying to kill your opponent. I don't like punching with Raccoon. Jace you kind of have to punch with because he's a scrambling assault on Goten. Cool. He's going to combo to 25. Did Brad combo? That extra 5k. Oh, he swung on the Kaba. Okay. I was like, why did he combo the Kaba? That's weird. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I like Birder the most because you swing him, and it's at the end of the turn, you restand him, look at the top card of your deck, rearrange them in any order you want, so you get to stack your leader ability so it can go off. And you're pretty set. think Brett's just trying to figure out what he wants to do here. His hand looks like it has options. I mean, we see the Jace in the far right corner. The question is, does he want to tap out going into Kid Q's turn 3? Now, Derek doesn't have the new 2-drop Android 8 and Son Goku childhood card that is exceptionally strong and has a really cool interaction with the 1-drops. He doesn't have them on the board yet, but I'm sure he's going to find a way there. Cool, combo into 25. Whew. Swinging the raccoon. And snapping a power burst. Grabbing back that adventure begins. And tapping 2 for Jace. So we are going to tap out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe he is 3. I thought he was 5. Yikes. So its effect is you get to add a Ginyu Force card to your hand, and then the other 2 cards, you can arrange them top and or bottom, which is really cool. And the reason I like the Ginyu archetype a lot is because of that and or part. So if you look at the top 5 with like Goldo's activate main, right? And you see 2 cards you don't want because they're duplicate like birders, and you already have 1 on board and 1 on hand, but you want the other 3 cards, you could tuck the 2 birders on bottom and keep the other 3 cards on top in any order you want, which is really strong because cards like Tournament of Power Arena, which is an exceptional card, can only rearrange on top or bottom. Alright, we're going to see Kid Q start his turn 3. I imagine we're going to see a red energy come down. Woo, that is the other 1-drop he plays, Pan. And here comes the Android 8 and Kid Goku card that I don't actually know the name of. So his effect is when you played, you can take up to 1 life and summon 2 1-drop vanilla cards from your deck or graveyard. Brad is going to activate his birder trigger because I think it's mandatory, and he forgot to do it at the end of the turn, which, whatever, no big deal. Teammates versus teammates. Alright, we're going to see the activate the leader ability, revealing that 4-star ball, drawing 2 cards, and then pitching 1. The real question is, what does he pitch now? Because he doesn't have the Adventure Begins to have that safe discard with the 4-star ball. Oh, he went with it anyways. Alright, well, we're playing the Adventure Begins, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't mind me casually sipping coffee. It is the morning. Alright, so the other cool part, and probably the coolest part about the 8er for me, because it's not the fact, I mean, first off, it's a 2-drop 15k, which is kind of relevant, but what you're able to do is it allows you to combo the skillless 1-drops and himself in rest mode. That was such a dramatic way to put down a Paragus. So like what he could do now is like if he swings with his other Kid Q, he can combo the Kid Q that he already attacked with, get the 10k. Shocking Death Ball on the 8er. This is going to prevent a lot of things from going through. Here comes the 2-drop attack. Because the 8er effect isn't once per turn, what he could do, if assuming it wasn't blown up, he could just keep comboing the guys in rest mode on separate attacks and just pop Brad's board throughout the entire turn. Cool. And the block, I expect he'll keep it alive here, just because he doesn't want to tap 2 to play it again. He is missing a Ginyu Force card. Yup. So it seems like the optimal... Oh, there you go. Go combo in that vanilla to go to 25k. Or 20k. The optimal turn for like the turn pattern for the Kid Q deck, according to I think both Derek and Jason. We'll have a deck profile with Jason talking about the deck, because again, that guy is at the very least my favorite Kid Q player, but I think he's the best Kid Q player. You want to turn 1 play the 8er, turn 2 play the 8er plus Kid Goku, get a bunch of guys on board and just punch them with weenies, and I'm assuming turn 3 play the Unison. Why did I touch his deck? I don't know what happened there. Alright, Jay's going to attack. He's going to look at the top cards of the deck. Did he grab 3 or 5 this time? I really thought it was 5. Because, like, a lot of them look at the top 5. Oh well. I think at this point, oh yeah, he was like, oh, I can add a Ginyu Force. Let me add the 4-drop. So the rest of the Ginyu Force cards, which is just 2 Ginyu cards, there's a 4-drop called Backbone of the Force that you play for free if you have all 4 of the other Ginyu Force guys on the board. And when played, he can take one of your opponent's battle cards, not ignoring barrier, and then your opponent gets a Ginyu, you get the card that you chose to take. And then the other Ginyu, I think he's called the Body Snatcher. You kill the card that you stole, and then summon him for free, and he bumps all of your Ginyu Force guys by 10k. So they all become 25ks. He himself becomes a 30k double striker, and then tie that in with the leader effect to just give 10k to your opponent, or not to your opponent, to one of your Ginyu Force cards. He could be a 40k double striker. That can come out as early as turn 2. This deck on the draw is very, very aggressive and has the possibility to drop the Cell Seeker at turn 2. Fun fact. It does in fact require you to not actually lose all of your Ginyu Force cards, but it happens. I mean, removal is hard for the deck to deal with. You're very dependent on having a combo in hand. Alright, we're going to see Ginyu, drop the Paragus, warp the second Hidden Power of the Saiyans. I think the last Paragus warped that as well. Hidden Power of the Saiyans is an interesting deck card for the deck, just because it helps your blue matchup a little bit. Blue's not necessarily hard, because you can out-aggro them, but when they go to play their Rabuni, you Hidden Power the tokens, and they have to drop 6 because tokens cannot exist in a drop area. So they can't be sent there. And it looks like the leader swing is just comboing all out. Here's the Cell Seeker here getting comboed, and here is the Kai to give a double strike. So it looks like 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90 double strike, I want to say. Which isn't actually far outside the realm of possibility for Derek to get to, because Kid Q can combo a massive amount of cards. That deck usually has 1,000 cards in hand. Oh, he has a bunch of tap 110Ks. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more episodes. I know we have a Kid Q versus Gotenks being uploaded soon. And other than that, have a great rest of your day. Make sure to subscribe for more content, because I'm going to be making stuff again. Woo!